Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Tuesday, April 9th, and I wasn't able to film yesterday because my husband was home from work. Well, working from home, I guess. He wasn't feeling well, so it was kind of the happy medium. So here I am today, and because I can start a little earlier today, I thought I would try it. I'm my hair's still wet from my shower, and I'm hoping the sunspot is too bad, because I don't know what happened with time change. Maybe the angle is different, because before time change there's a spot that comes down here, and I don't want it backlit because then it's hard to show my fabric with like light coming through the back. But then afterwards it's fine for hours and hours. So, and then after time change there's the sunspot, and then it comes in front of my camera. So I'm not sure why that happens. If anybody who's a meteorologist knows if this time of year the angle of the sun is different, I don't know. It's really weird. So I'm going to try it early before the backlit even shows up. So hopefully we can handle this. And my cat heard me talking and raced down the stairs, and here she comes. She knows. So I don't have any haul this week. Hey, Katie. Here she is. Yes, I know. You had to be part of the video. But I did get a decent amount of stitching done. So the first thing I was planning to work on last week was my husband's piece, Simpsons. And I did manage to get some time on that, and so that was nice. He still doesn't know I'm working on it. It's still a surprise. So this is what this is going to look like. And I'm doing this itty bitty on 40 count even weave 1/1 half stitches. And I got like a tiny bit of, where is it? This is what it looked like before. And here it is now. So I got a short piece of black and worked the outline of these hands. And then I grabbed a piece of yellow and started filling in the yellow. And it's still on my needle. I still have actually a good amount left for 40 count. So I'll probably get most of the rest of the arm done with that next time. But that's where he's at now. And it's fun to see, or they, because this is Marge's hand, it's fun to see just how much a tiny bit of thread will make a difference on 40 count. So that's kind of fun. So pretty happy with that. One day's progress on that. And then the next day was my single day progress on Touchdown. This is a leaflet. I usually link to Etsy because they have a few copies of it on Etsy, which is where I found it. And I'm converting mine to be John Elway and Charles Woodson of the Broncos and the Raiders. And my son is really happy with it. When I show him what I've been able to do, he's like, it's going a lot faster than I thought it would. It's looking really good. So that's always good news when he's liking how it's coming out. So this is what this looked like before. And here it is now. So I finished this number and the stripe and then worked more in the white jersey. There's fabric a little better. So I thought that's pretty good. This is the farthest over, I believe, his jersey goes, and then it kind of comes down here because he's kind of at an angle on the ground. So that's him. So next time I'll keep working on that jersey. Oh, don't get caught. Don't snag my pants. Okay, there we go. So one day on that. These one-day projects are bittersweet because it's nice to know it's going to come out every month and see consistent progress, even if it's small. But on the other hand, it's like I want to keep working on it. Especially true of my fairy that I worked on yesterday, or Sunday. I don't want to put it away. And I'll go ahead and show that now while I'm talking about it. This is my fairy. I worked on this on Sunday and a little bit yesterday to finish my string, because I couldn't bear to put it away with the little amount that I was able to get done. So This is what this looked like before. And here it is now. Not a ton. I didn't get as much time as I would have liked. I diamond painting a lot on Sunday, which reminds me I didn't bring it close, so I'll have to go get that. But I chose this lighter color, Chic by Color and Cotton, which is pretty much the same color as this fabric, which is Rosewater by Color and Cotton. And did that until the string ran out, so I did all of this around here as well. Actually, no, there was more on the string, but I think there was some down here that I didn't want to count to. This S curls around, and then the flower is actually in here. I was mistaken mentally before. And then there's another little curly cute down here. So close. And I think I'm like really addicted to finishes right now. So I think maybe when I finish Midsummer Roses and Furry Animals, I want to focus on finishing this one because it's so close. And I don't have it slated to work on in May because of Stitch Mania and my plans for that. So I won't see it again until June otherwise. So ideally, if I may even work on it in the car when my hoot is finished, but I'm not sure. I do want to get back to the month things, the monthly Little House Needleworks, to get those finished. So if I can finish my 2 focus pieces in April, I'll work on this at the end of the month. That's my reward for finishing them early. So I'll just say that. And if I don't get to it, I'll maybe focus on it in June to try to get it finished in June. So it's really pretty. Loving that. Let's see. So my focus piece this week and coming forward into this coming week is Midsummer Roses by Paula Vaughn, and this is my oldest whip since I was in high school, and I've really been working on it a lot this week. So this is what it looked like last time. And here it is now. Not sure if you can tell, but I worked a lot over here. So every color over here is finished except for the white. And then I worked on a lot of this color. And I need to fill in that medium cream over here. And then the last color is white, which will fill in a lot of the background boards and in here. And then I'll backstitch. So it is getting closer. And hopefully, I don't know if I could finish it this week, but that would be cool, because then I could have a few bonus days to work on Furry Animals freebie and my little fairy. If I could work on that this month, that would be really fun. Get a whole bunch of finishes this month. So that's what I've been working on this week. And I worked on it again yesterday a little bit as well. And my cat has not been helpful. I've had a few cuts here because she's been so destructive. So I will, my focus pieces, or my not focus pieces, my separate extra pieces, I've been working on my temperature pieces here as well. And I'm not caught up on my quilt right now, but I did get caught up to finish March, and then I've been working on the sashing. So it's making good progress. So this is what that looks like roughly. This is a mock-up of a couple years ago. Mine looks different because it's from this year's temperatures. This is what it looked like before. And here it is now. So March is all finished, all the way down, and one little bit of April in April because I think it was this color, and so I just went ahead and did it up here, but I don't have any of the rest of April yet, and so I've been working on this sashing. Oh, and I pulled this sashing all the way down, and then on my needle is this color. So I'm going to finish this sashing until the thread runs out, and then I'll go back and finish April, because it's nice to have that done ahead of time for me. There's that. So it's coming along, and we've had the April 1st was 80 degrees, so that's the hottest it had been up to that point. And then Sunday was 83, which I stitched on my balloons yesterday. And then yesterday, I don't actually know. I didn't look it up. But it was predicted to get up to 90. And then the rest of the month is supposed to go down into the 70s. So I don't know what that's about. But so we're going to get a few more colors coming in here. So that's fun. 88. It only got to 88 yesterday. But that's so far the highest that it has been this year. So that will still be a new color as well. Let's see. Do I have that color on my thing yet? Probably not. It's going to be a nice bright yellow, so that'll be fun. I should work on this some today, so, because I worked on my balloons yesterday, so hopefully I can get that sashing finished at least, and possibly some more blocks started. So this is what my balloons looks like, a mock-up of. And this balloon is a lot more green and yellow than my balloon has been, but it's still looking pretty. This is what it looked like before, and here it is now. So, pretty happy with that. This is so far the brightest color we've had so far. That was the 83, and it's looking good. I'm really happy with the chevron shapes, and it's pretty happy. I still could work on this cloud if I ever have extra time, but so far my extra time is going to my quilt, so hopefully at some point I can get caught up on that quilt and come over and work on the cloud. So that's those are my temperature pieces. You can find those in my Etsy shop if you're interested. I'm still having people buy them every little bit, even though we're kind of here in the middle of the year. So that's kind of exciting. And I have a thought on a new temperature idea for the coming year. I don't know if it's going to be feasible or not, but it seems to be a popular concept, so it'd be fun to have a new one every year, maybe. I have some other designs I'm thinking about. It's just been hard to find time to design, and I've been working on other Etsy customer pieces too, so I feel like if I have time to work on Etsy stuff, I should be working on the customer stuff. So my bonus designs have been on the back burner. So that's a little discouraging sometimes, but it is what it is. My travel piece has seen great progress this week. I have an ort in here. A couple of them, actually. Let's get these out of here. This is Hoot by Bent Creek, and I'm doing a color conversion. So you'll see this one is like a dark red and some muted greens and things. Get ready to see mine. This is what that looked like before. And here's mine. It's a little bit brighter and almost done. So I finished the owls while I was at my sister-in-law's while my kids were playing with the cousins. And then I worked on Hoot while we were in the car going to the aquarium one day and the zoo the next day, and the zoo day and driving to church on Sunday, and in the valet line yesterday. I've been working on these letters. So I have a little bit more on the R. It loops down even farther, and then U and V are both in this teal color as well, and then there's some leaves and a star, and then it's done. So that is very likely to be finished this week. I would be very surprised if it's not. And this is on 28 count something or other that I got, even weave, that I got at the Southern California Stitchers Retreat. And this needle minder was also a gift from the retreat as well. Some other attender, I didn't get her name. She gave me that, so that's really fun. I have all the retreat stuff together. So that's where that is. Yay! You'll probably see a finish on that next week. And then when I'm done with that, that might be the impetus I need to start fully finishing things, because I'll need to fully finish this for gifting. So maybe when I'm going to get a frame for that, I can measure some of my other things and get those framed as well. So that would be nice. When that's done, I'll probably go back to these Little House Needleworks and start working on August, which is ready to go but not started. So, and this is a little needle minder from No Name Needle Minders with flowers and music on the back. So it's pretty. Sometimes I always forget the needle minders. I'm sure there's been others today that I didn't show you, but I think I showed you before. This coming week, I'll work on Midsummer Roses every day as my focus main piece for the day, except for the 11th, which is Thursday. And I'll be working on Quick Stitch Iris by Josephine Wall and Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is my first Heaven and Earth Designs, and I restarted it a year ago, something. And I will be gifting it to my aunt when it is finished, so that's why it made it into the daily rotation. And I think when I'm finished with my fairy, I might just not put anything more in on my date, because pretty much everything I have is for me. So I don't need that, but it could open up another space. I don't know. I'm going back and forth. I could, instead of my fairy, I could put in my mom's Knitting Woman piece on her birthday and continue to have 6 gift rotations once a month. So that's an idea. Or I could just take it out, not have another daily piece and go down to 5 daily pieces and then have another day for my focus pieces. So I'm still thinking on that one. But anyways, this is what Quick Stitch Iris looks like right now. I've started on the first iris there, and hopefully we'll finish this column. Be lovely to also start on the next diagonal. I'm doing cross country in diagonals on this one. I have a variety of methods that I've used on all my pieces with about 20 full coverage pieces. There's room for variety in the methods that you use. So that's what I'm doing on this one, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm parking in the subsequent columns where they show up next. So that's really pretty. I really enjoyed this one. So hopefully I will have some decent time to work on that on Thursday. And other than that, I think that's all I have for you today. Oh yeah, puzzle and diamond painting. Let me go get those and I'll be right back. So here is the finished puzzle. It's really pretty and is really making me want to pull out my stitching. And seeing Ann P. and a few other people working on theirs is also making me want to pull out mine, which will happen in May. That's my plan for May, is to work on this piece and start working on each of these little vignettes of ladies and gentlemen in one little new section each day. So it'll be a new start, sort of, on the same piece. But this puzzle, my daughter and I worked together on winter, and then I pulled a good amount of the fall colors pieces, and she just was really discouraged. I think it was a little bit less distinctive for some of those pieces, and it's a 1,000-piece puzzle, so for a 6-year-old it's challenging. And so she kind of wandered off and wasn't really interested in it anymore, so I decided just to get going and work on it myself, and forced myself to stop when I had, maybe 100 pieces left. And she worked on it a little bit then, and my mom put in a few pieces when she was here for a few minutes, and then while I was doing something else, I think with my older son, my middle son and my daughter finished it on their own. So they put in the last few pieces together, because my middle son likes to puzzle too. Even though it's a girly puzzle, he just couldn't resist the puzzle. So this is finished now, and it was a group effort and very lovely. So I found mine on Amazon. I'll put a link below if you're interested, and I hope that's enjoyable for you. And now I'll show you my diamond painting. Okay, so this is my diamond painting that I am doing on a blank canvas with the Heaven and Earth Designs pattern, and it's turning out pretty nicely so far. The edging of this area is a lot more choppy than I would have expected, but it probably would have been that way with stitches too, so I guess that's just the way it translates from a picture to the stitching. But this is what this looked like last time you saw it. Here it is now. Woohoo! I was mistaken that this column did not have any butterfly in it, so of course I had to go on to the next column to make sure I got some butterflies started. And so some of this I was doing on my own without my son because I wanted to make sure to get the butterfly done before I showed you guys. So that's what I was working on a lot on Sunday instead of my fairy, was finishing that butterfly chunk in that column. And this is a little over half of the piece, but it's where this was cut. So that's what I'm doing. I'll do the whole top chunk and then the bottom chunk, just to follow the way the paper comes off. So that's been really fun. I'm really enjoying that. And probably put that away for a little while, unless my son is really into his at some point. He wanted me to show his too, because he's had a good milestone as well. And so this is what his looked like last time I showed you. And here it is now. It's hard to see, but this corner is finished, and he had that done before. That was his favorite corner because of all the yellows and oranges, which is his favorite color. And then this side, he just recently finished. So he was very proud to finish this corner. And now what he's going to be doing is he's going to lift this up and do this large triangle here in the middle until the halfway point. And so you can see some of these, he started a color in here too, and he was very proud of that. But he's like, hey, look, I started that middle part too. So that's where he's at now, and when he gets this bottom half finished, then he'll do corner, corner, and then big triangle on top. That's kind of the plan that he worked out on his own to do. And he got this off of Amazon as well. We found it on there and put it on his wish list, and he received it for Christmas from, I think, my mother-in-law. So he's really enjoying that. He's 8. But he has pretty good precision with his fingers, and once I showed him how to do it, he's ran with it. So he's loved that. That's been really fun for him. And he kind of comes and goes in his interest level, but over spring break he really got into it because he had the extra time. So that was fun. I think that's everything now. All my stitching for this week. I've been thinking a little bit ahead into next year when I can start things again. And it's really interesting how my short list of possible new starts is quite long. Because I'll see people working on things and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's on my list of things I really for sure want to start next year. And then I'll see somebody else and be like, oh yeah, that's on my list of things I for sure really want to start next year. And eventually I'm like, okay, how many things are on this I for sure want to start that next year? Because it's probably too many. So at some point when the year is coming to a close, I'll probably put together everything I have kitted and start to sort out what I will be starting. And I will be implementing my two finishes equals a new start rule, so I won't be like going hog wild. But I'll for sure have a new year, new start, but after that, I'm not sure, like, the frequency of starts, but, I don't know. I have full coverage page finishes counting as new starts, so my whip count still might rise, but it is what it is. Right now, I'm, like, thoroughly enjoying finishing, so that's been fun. If I can keep riding the finish train for this year, like, maybe having a different, having more starts next year will be, okay, because I will have finished a lot of things this year. So I know that most of my full coverage pieces will not be finished anytime soon, and so they're more process projects anyways, so it's kind of okay that they don't have a finish line in sight, but it's also challenging when I see other people who love full coverage and have fewer whips when they're making significant progress on their full coverage pieces and they're seeing the picture develop, and it's like, wow, I wonder what that would be like. Because mine are nowhere near that. But anyways, it's still fun. So anyways, that was just a little ramble there at the end. Bonus. So I will, Lord willing, come back next week, and I hope you enjoy your stitching this week, and love what you're working on, and enjoy this community that we're a part of, and thank you for watching and subscribing. I hit 5,000 subscribers like a month ago, and I've been too crazy in my personal life to think about what I want to do for that, but I do have thoughts for that. I'm really thankful for all of you, and you make it worthwhile to do these. It's really fun to have my faithful followers, you know, commenting every video and being able to use you as a sounding board for my ideas and get responses that are really interesting and helpful. So at some point I might do, like with those possible new starts, I might do something like Mika of Darling Bluebell, what she did, and maybe show you everything I have kitted. And so I guess I had forgotten to delete last week's video off of my iPad, so it ran out of room right mid-sentence. So anyways, I was thinking maybe at the end of the year I'll show some of my kitted projects and have you guys vote on your favorites. And so I'll definitely choose some of my favorites for sure to be on in my priority list, but I thought I could choose maybe the winner or the top 3 of the ones you guys like to work on as well. So that might be kind of fun. All that to say, I'm really thankful for the opportunity I've had the past couple years to make these videos, and I'm enjoying watching you guys. I'm only like a week and a half behind. So anyways, enough rambling. I will go now, and I will hopefully come back next week, and we'll see how far I get on Midsummer Roses this week. Wish me luck. Talk to you later. Bye.